Alright, let's get this test going on and see if I can hear myself, and then we can start. I'll just paste the link to everywhere. Alright, so at least the audio is working. So give me just a moment and I'll get the link into Patreon and Discord. And then we can start the actual stream itself. There we go, I got that copied now, and just a moment. And one more place, which is Patreon, of course. There we go. Yo, what's up? Link? Yeah, maybe, if I got the time at the end. But yeah, again, prioritizing the requests on Patreon first, or from Patreon and Discord, the paying customers. And yeah, then we have a list to go through, which includes Bitcoin, ETH, a couple of different alts, and then the indices, and that should be about it. And then we maybe can get something going on here. But yeah, let's get into it. Just give me a moment, I'll take a drink and then start the stream. Okay, there we go. So let's start with the requests first. And we had gold first as an option, or first as a, oops, let me actually use this one. Where do I have gold here? So gold just recently took out the all-time highs. If you did not know that, again, we're on very high areas on gold. I got a bit of a sore throat, so don't mind if I sound just a bit different. And I might need to drink a bit more this live stream, but it should be fine. But yeah, gold has taken out the highs. I had a couple of different ideas here on very high time frame as a potential 1-2 on, again, these are grand super cycle, so again massive time frames, and not going to be finishing in our lifetime most likely. Then we had potential 5-way move here into another 1-1. The thing here is that again, if we retraced, we should have retraced, I feel like, a bit more for that way too, but it's possible to label it in as a way 2 already of super cycle here as a WXY, so the pink count. From there on, again, we had a potential 1-2 into these lows here, or these lows. Both are valid. RSI is lower here, so I feel like I might prefer this low instead. Let's see, we had a couple of different alterations here overall. One of them saying that, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We did have alteration between the 4th and 2nd here of the way structures. So I'm not quite liking this because, again, it is so small. The other way of looking at this was well, here is another, let me see if I can find it here, where this was a 1, 2, and then this was a third wave, and then have this as a fourth. I don't think we had taken out the highs, right? We missed it. Yeah, we did miss it. And the idea here was that, again, on both, we did not take out the highs here, or the original highs of where this corrective wave structure started. So again, that way it's kind of weird that we don't have such alteration between wave 4 and wave 2. However, they are very similar in size. So that might be the better option here. And since the lows here on October 2022, we've been just going up, straight up basically. The structure coming down was quite difficult. But here now it looks like a very decent WXY coming down at this last leg. Some other options that we were talking about previously was that this was an ABC here, and this would fit the idea where we would be looking for wave C later on. However, now we have taken out the highs, so this is no longer valid. So I'll just type here invalid and I'll visit it later. The only way of looking at this would be that we would have this as some kind of structure here ending at these highs, but that does not really fit into a B wave because again this looks more like an impulsive structure. So again, I don't think this is a very likely scenario in any case. Then alterations inside here, but in my opinion, again, the best one at the moment is something like this, where we came down right to the 0.5 retracement and now we are heading up higher in some kind of impulse wave. The structure coming down from the highs of March 2022 was in 3, some kind of 3 and another 3 wave. It depends on the asset, whether it's this gold asset or let's see, GDX, let's see what kind of structure they had. Yeah, they had the exact same low, I think. Let me see. Let's see, what do I have here? Yeah, it was the low, yeah. So on both scenarios, again, we were looking for some kind of 3-way structure coming down. On the gold asset itself, or the CFDs, it was a bit higher here compared to some other ones, like this GDX. But yeah, in 3 ways, some sort of a structure here fits decently well. Now, from there on, again, there's a couple of different ways of looking at it. One of them was this kind of diagonal structure. I was hoping this to be coming or ending soon, and it has the potential of ending here. Let's see if I can get these diagonals going. So I'm not quite sure how to label this structure in here. I don't think it is a third wave, or I think it is a third wave here, but I don't think I can label this in very easily as a third. Maybe this is just a 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm trying to make it too complicated. And this here would be some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we just are going down very fast. There was definitely liquidity up top here, and we can definitely see that reaction that we got from the highs here. We took the highs, took the liquidity, and instantly just plummeted down. You can see it 5-minute time frame, you can see it's here on 2-minute time frame, and so on. Small time frames. We took out the high, went down, we came back to an area of consolidation, basically here. This area, let's see if I can get, well, let's just use this one here for now. Came back here, and now we've been on a downslope. Very locally, I guess you could be saying that we have a far wave here. I'm not quite sure what this structure or how we want to be labeling this. Is this a 1, 2, and then another 1, 2 here? Could be. At that point, again, we have already retraced almost to the 50% retracement here. And again, at that point, we would be looking to go short here to the downside, where this whole thing would be a 1, 2, 1, 2. But of course this whole thing needs to be ended, or has to be ended before. Some people probably want to be waiting for this structure to be done, and the best way to look for that is a market structure change. These are the key areas here for sure. 1975 area of interest, and of course the trend line that we have here, basically this upper trend line. Those are the early indicators that there is more bearishness to the chart. Of course, is it possible that we just create something like this? For sure, of course, it is possible. But my bias at this moment would be that this could be finished. Now, again, the structures are not perfect here for sure. You can label it in multiple different ways, but I kind of like the diagonal look. If we just zoom out, we don't have the overlap here and here, which is generally something that we want to be seen. But I do think and like the idea that we would be looking to correct something. Again, we've had multiple divergences now formed here. We can see this here. And yeah, to me, again, we need some kind of correction. Whether it is just for this local structure or this whole thing, I'm not quite sure of that yet. But very locally, there is a chance that we are creating some kind of massive 1-2-1-2. I'll just set an alarm here for me at the 0.5. At that point, again, I might be looking to go short on this one. But yeah, I kind of like the lower side now at this point. Of course, if we take out the highs, that idea is invalidated, and we just can go up, of course. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. I think that is very helpful. I don't think that is very likely. I don't think that is the likeliest scenario. Of course, if we take out the lows, we can invalidate that idea, and also the idea that this would be a 1-2-1-2 idea, because again, generally we don't have expanded structures on wave 2s. That is possible, but it reduces the probabilities. So for this one to become something like this, I think we would want this to come a bit deeper, and at that point, again, this is so extended, this C wave here of that expanded flats, that it just doesn't have the right look anymore for me, at least. So I do like the most at the moment that we are done here. But that's gold. There's bullish and bearish options for you, Booney. Thanks for the suggestion. Then Phantom FTM. I think I had it on this chart here. Did I not? Let me check out the other one. Phantom here. Okay, I think I have it here. Okay, so again, let me get a drink just a moment. There we go. So Phantom is again one of those coins that has the potential of having this as a three-way structure. So it's not the most bullish of them all, but it doesn't mean that we can't just climb upwards with it. I still own Phantom, and I'm invested in it on my long portfolio, and probably at some point I want to be getting more. When is based on the very high time frame and how I want to be seeing Bitcoin act before I do any investments on that portfolio. But regardless of that, we have, of course, the possibility of having this as the wave 1 of something, or wave A at least. So let's discuss about that possibility. We've seen a structure coming down in 3 waves. That generally means that a higher time frame or higher degree structure is just being corrected, meaning that the trend is still up, we're just correcting it downwards, and we are waiting for a push to the upside, right? At this point, we got another 3-way structure upwards. On some altcoins, this has the 5-way look. On Phantom, it does not. So I've labeled this in 3. I've labeled this as a W based on the structure that we received afterwards. And at this point again, a 3-way structure here looks decent in my opinion. 3 here, 3 here, B could be here or here, does not really matter. And then 5 here. This is again very much of a common thing we see on multiple altcoins at the moment, where we are having this expanding structure. I do like the idea that this is a 5-way move. At this point, we have to wait and see what kind of structure we are going to be getting here. This was a chance here to go long. I was expecting these lows to be taken because there was liquidity, and we did. We did take it very slightly, go up, and this was my entry here. We got a 3-way structure coming down. We had a move upwards, 3-way down, and then move up. At this point, unfortunately, it looks like it is only on a 3-way move here. On some altcoins, again, this structure looked more like a 3-way structure. On Phantom, it had potential of being 5, some kind of 5 here. Sorry, that was my phone. Probably too close to the microphone as well. So 5-way potential here. Then I had this as 3, 3, and then 5. Or probably into these highs. I think it was something like that. But yeah, the idea was that we had it like this. We had divergence on a smaller time frame here, and I was looking for up. So this was entry against this low. Again, I did not really have too much faith into it because this came up in 3. We had a small push up, so that allowed me to stay in that trade and have the potential of having this as a diagonal. I don't really like how this turned out, but again, I feel like we are in a wave 4 at this point. We had a high RSI reading here, and to me, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But again, it's not confirmed. We went well beyond the 1.618, and again, favor is towards the bull side, right? This high here, there we go, and I was targeting the previous highs here for liquidity at this point, but the overall idea when we are looking at this structure, I'm not quite sure how we are going to be doing this, because the expectation here is a wave Y overall. And if this starts with a very 3-wave-ish look here, it's going to be a very hard road back to this wave Y. Unless this structure here is just a connector wave connecting this kind of structure downwards. This is something, again, we see on multiple altcoins that has not taken out this low here. This is the area you would be looking for short sides. This is definitely an area I'm looking for short side. I have the alert here, and again, looking for a reaction somewhere here to the downside. Again, while it might not fit into this Phantom chart, the idea that we have a structure like this is very common on other altcoins. And of course, here you would be looking for another buy setup of this kind of setup, and then targeting the previous highs here, these both two. But those are the Phantom ideas at the moment. Set some alerts, don't stress it. If it goes to the areas you're interested in, then take a look and then act accordingly. You don't need to be watching the charts 24/7 to make money. Engine, ENJ. I think I've watched this previously. Let's check out these here. ANJ. Not here, at least. Yeah, this one is, for example, just the one that I described. We have not taken out this liquidity here. We are not taking out the lows here. So regardless of what we have here, I'm just going to delete all the mess here. Can't even remember. putting up that. Let's see how high a time frame. What do we have here? Well, this is a futures chart, so it probably doesn't have any data, so I just forget the higher time frame for now and just focus on the actual trade setups that we could be having here. So again, similar to Phantom where we have a massive move upwards, however, a bit different. Why is because again, I don't really think that this is very likely to be a structure like that. Let's see how much did this retrace. It is possible, since we did not retrace more than the 1.618, so we are still in the limits where this could be a structure that belongs basically to this. Let's see on the higher time frame. Yeah, it's still possible. RSI cycle has not been broken either. This is very similar to Bitcoin. However, of course, it is way more impulsive to the downside as well. We've had that three wave coming down. We had that consolidation. And then, well, this could be in three ways as well. The only thing about this one is that we might have this whole thing as 5. That is kind of scary though. One way of looking at this is this, but remembering that the idea with Bitcoin is that this is not an ABC because of a higher time frame. I kind of don't like that idea. But it looks very decent as an option where this is a low that creates at least something like this. This structure coming down looks kind of weird. We can't have this as 5 waves. Third wave is probably the smallest here. So I feel like we just have to have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move and then 5 down. So an ABC here. We do have divergences here forming. So again, potential 5 waves to the upside. Again, on many of these altcoins, it's very hard to make up a good looking count here. But yeah, I think we have something like this. And now we'd be looking for downwards. One-to-one around 31 cents. I'll set an alarm here. Below these lows here. 32 cents. 33 cents. The structure coming down is kind of weird. I feel like if Phantom is going to be getting another high, look here. Yeah, Phantom had that possibility where it was that diagonal engine coin does not have that. It has the possibility of having expanded structure here. Even though it had kind of impulsive look here. This is kind of weird looking structure. Maybe this is some kind of diagonal here. I'm not quite sure. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's valid. Into these lows. And then we could have a structure like that. Yeah, at the moment I feel like this is the best idea here. This would be an A, looking for B wave here, and then C wave here. Let's see what kind of extension we might be looking for. I think this liquidity area here, 1.236 extension here, as well beyond. I think I would be looking for shorts at that high here. That looks decent in my opinion. Let's see if we get that retracement to the 38.2. That would be just slightly above it, 41 cents. While the 1.236, yeah, well, it's very close to it. But yeah, I don't really expect too deep of a retracement here, because otherwise it's going to be going towards that 1.618 and further. Invalidation would be somewhere in here at the 2. That would be, so I'm going to set up something like this. I'll keep it there. And well, 1-to-1 would be the target here. So again, giving really nice risk to reward ratios. But again, only if this, if we get this high, then I would be interested in this one. It doesn't need to happen. If it doesn't happen, then I'm not going to be taking trades, and I'm not going to be panicking about it or missing a trade or something. It doesn't matter. There's always going to be more opportunities in the market. You don't need to be making the money right now. Unless you need it right now, then it's not that good of a situation, of course. WX1, I like this. And then have this as A, B, C. Yeah, I like that. Add it to the pink list so I can keep track of it. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that's engine. I like it. FSLR, I think we were looking at this previously as well. Get a weekly update on it. FSLR, there we go. Ooh, it dumped. Four, 5. This was the super bull count here. The issue with this one was that we had all these overlaps here. However you wanted to label this. I think we were talking about the possibility of a diagonal here. It's not really looking too good either. It's looking like more of an expanding structure here. And not really anything else. Should be like a contracting one, since all the structures are smaller. I don't know how that would fit. But yeah, we certainly have had a very big dump already here to the downside. Looks like we are in wave 4, 5 of the first reversal leg potentially. Yeah, it certainly looks like it is impulsive to the downside. However, I have no idea, to be honest, how this is, or what I should be labeling this with. I'm starting to think that maybe this was an ABC, but how does that fit into the higher time frame? I just hate the fact that everything is overlapping here. If you have accounts for this kind of setup, I'm not quite sure what I would have here. That is odd. That is super odd. But yeah, it starts to look like it is a bit too deep for a expanded flat. But I'm not quite sure how this would fit into anything. 3, 3, 5. Is that possibly is? It's very deep though. We go well beyond the 1.6. These are one of the assets that I just... Yeah, these are probably some earnings dips. Yeah. Earnings here. Yeah. Oh crap. Estimate 0.98 and reported 0.4. Okay. That is horrible looking. First solar. Yeah, looks like it is going up and down so much. I have no idea about this. Let's see if we've had any kind of expanding diagonal or expanding flats on the future or on the history here. Might have had here. This is again kind of deep one. Yeah, 2-to-1 extension here. Yeah, we are basically getting, well, at least we are at some kind of support area here. This area of resistance or support right now. That is so odd though. I don't think we've ever had a good looking count for this because again everything was just a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now that we had a dump here, I'm not quite sure how this is even how should I even label this? I don't see any structure here that makes sense. That's 5, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Nope. 5. Maybe that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No alteration then. Does not make sense, and this is more impulsive. What is it? Maybe I'm missing something here that I just don't see. Could these be 3s and 4s? I mean, we had some structures in here that would allow those 1, 2, 1, 2 at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Does this make any sense? The minor 1, 2 is so small. Just super weird. Does that make any sense? Maybe it does. Highest RSI here, it would already indicate that, okay, we've had that divergence going forming here, and also here, which would be the 3rd or 5th. I kind of like that. The issue, or probably the reason why I never even considered that is the size difference here between these. This one and this one here. Weekly. This is the issue though. This is not a 1. This is a third. This is not a 1. This is a third. Has to be a third. Ahmed, if you can paste your count that you have, would be pretty decent. If it is obvious to you. I feel like we are going to do this. This previous wave 4 here somewhere. 0.5. I kind of like that now. It does make sense now. RSI is just climbing up on both sides. It's just this almost channeling like structure here. I think this needs some more time for in order to because we have not even created. I think we have some kind of 1 2 1 2 here set up. It could be even a 1 2 1 2 1 2 here, 3 4 5 3 4 5 3 4 5, and then we get a retracement of some sort, and then another or a diagonal here, getting towards this low here. That would be the area of interest for longing. Of course, short setups would be in here against either this high here or a extension of this that you kind of like. I'm just setting some. Let's see. I'll have an alarm here. I'll set an alarm here somewhere and another one up in here. But yeah, I think this looks pretty decent here. 5 down. I think this is clear. This local structure that is a 5 wave. The question is it part of this? Should we be expecting a bounce here? And if so, how large of a bounce? I don't think wave 4 of this magnitude or this size should be done already. Compared to this massive here. January 2021, May 2022. So again, since this was an expanded structure which took out the origin highs here, I think this is going to be a zigzag taking significantly less amount of time. However, it can't come too deep, can't go beyond the 141, at least too much. So that's where I think this previous wave 4 is. I kind of like that now. What up, Roman? Could you do VET and SLP? Maybe at the end, if I have time. You gotta remind me at that point then. I think, let's see if I had any other ones here. I think those are all the extra requests that I had from Patreon at this point. So let's start going through the assets that I have here. So Bitcoin is still kind of weird. Not gonna lie. We did get that. Oh, god damn it! Did I miss this? Did I not have a? What? I was looking for this as a 5-wave here. 3-wave pullback, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I thought I had a alert here. What time was this? 13:30. No, I did not. Okay. We need to be looking for a catch in a retrace here. It's still possible that this is a wave 4 here and we are going to be getting another move up, or we just missed the whole thing. That would be sad, because this was kind of decent looking. Of course the retrace or extensions are really nice here, 1 to 1, and then looking for downwards. Man, I thought I had the alarm here. That's sad. Oh well. But Bitcoin is still, for me, it's on area of unknown. I have no idea what this wants to do. I've labeled this in 3 here, and this would be another 3. Is this part of it? I'm not quite sure. This would be creating a 3, some kind of 3-way structure like so. Maybe then we are going to be getting that pump up higher. Maybe. There's liquidity above here for sure. Some other areas of liquidity here, and of course lows. So those are the areas we are going to be targeting at some point. Question is when. Man. Maybe some kind of diagonal in here. I kind of like that. If this is done, the ABC structure, I want to get in on this. Maybe I'll just do it from here. We did retrace the 38 too, but have not retraced enough for 50%. Maybe this is actually the play here. I'll go in on a bit smaller position size from here. We'll see how that turns out. What else? Well, Bitcoin is kind of weird. We can definitely be trading the smaller time frame structures here. Overall, I'm not quite sure. This can be an ABC here, ABC here. To be honest, I feel like if this is a 3, this is a 3, we need some kind of move downwards, and then we need a partner leg for this one, and then we probably need a partner leg for this structure downwards, meaning this kind of structure down. And depending on if this is an ABC or this is a 5th, then we are going to be needing another leg up before we can go down. This could be just some major, well, major areas where we're just going through and taking everyone out the market, taking everybody's stops, and market makers are just laughing. Well, that's how they play anyway. ETH 3-wave here. I think this was a 3-wave as well. So looks like ETH did get its high as well and got some kind of dump. but this was not as clear as a file web as with Bitcoin. So this could be labeled in 3, 3, and then 3. Maybe this is part of it, not quite sure. Or this just becomes a structure like that. It would be horrible since this this retracement here is so small. Don't really have much here. I just like the idea that we have a structure like that and now like this, and then we get another pattern leg up. I kind of like this coming a bit higher, some of the to the 0.5, because again liquidity here. 1964. I'll just add an alert there. Yeah, this would be a major area for sure. What else did we have? Let's see. I had some other altcoins I needed to go through. Let me see. I think Phantom was actually one of those. Yeah, it was. So Solana and ADA. Solana. This looks decent now. Again, the same with many other altcoins. We had a potential 5-way move here. On Sol, a 3-way move up. Sorry, a 3-way down, 3-way up, and then looking for another structure like that. Like unlike the was it Phantom where we had this already taken out, or was it the other one? Let's see, Engine. One of those had this already been taken out, where I was saying that we should be looking for a structure like this. And this probably should extend a bit downwards to take out the low here. I'll set an alarm as I don't seem to have one here. This might look like it wants to go up higher. This was kind of weird. This that was the high here. I'm not quite sure if I like the local structure in here too much. Guess we could have it some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe. Not really at any kind of divergence here either, so not really fitting. This structure here though looks impulsive. We have taken out the previous consolidation area with this move up. This could be actually a long area. Of course this could be an ABC as well, which is kind of fitting as well. The expanded B area, yeah, exactly there. Expanded B flat. Taking out the highs here as well for liquidity before pushing down again. The structure coming off the low or the highs is not really looking like it is 5 ways. This looks like more 3, maybe 3 and another 3. Maybe take this double low out before one more high, maybe, and then dump, and then continuation of this. I don't really like this too much because we had this weird structure here at the end. But yeah, that's Solana. Had another one. ADA, was it? Yeah. ADA. ADA almost looks like it doesn't want to be taken the liquidity that it has from here. I had the idea that this was coming to an end very close here, but it just pushed up. 39 cents ADA. But again, if you're comparing this structure here to the was it Solana, for example, you can see that this is very much more bullish. 3 here, I think I have to say this is a corrective structure as well. Why is just because again we have a very overlapping structures, so I think something like this is very decent. ABC would fit fine here as well. Yeah, that is fine. I think C wave. I mean, if this indeed is a 5 wave coming down, definitely has the potential of dropping down and taking the liquidity here. But it's way more bullish than some of the other altcoins that we've had. I would like this 3, 4, 5 here. Some of the altcoins are targeting the liquidity up of here. Maybe we are going to be doing something like that. There's still a chance that this is an A, B, and then C here. For this one to become a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just not quite sure. Let's see the Bitcoin again. But this would need to go up. At least stay sideways for the alts to move. Is it possible that we are looking for a partner leg for this one already here? And we have already attacked the minimum extension here. It would be super weird. The RSI is really effed up in this one. Doesn't have time to react for it. I think this structure, if Bitcoin does this, then ADA has this chance as well. You can see how different they are. Bitcoin is still a bit more bullish here, locally. So I'm going to 3 here. I'm not even sure how that is labeled. But I kind of want to be going against Bitcoin on this one here. We could have some kind of triangle in here. A, B, C, D, E. Kind of looks decent. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push down. RSI is not really liking that too much because this low here. There's this kind of chance here. But do I like it? It's kind of large, this whole thing, in comparison to this wave 2 mess. And it's, again, the RSI is not really liking it. So I'm not sure if I like it either. We are in super small time frame already. I don't really like to play these small time frames. It's just, you can't analyze any of that. Maybe I'll just let it go. Yeah, I'll let it go. I don't really like it. I'll just add an alert here on top of these highs. If we take out the liquidity here, look for that wave too, and then look for the wave up. Set another alert here, and we can take a look at that later if it does this. I think Bitcoin is in a Y leg, in a WXY upwards. No idea what time frame you're talking about though. Maybe this. Or this. Maybe. I don't know. Could be. Oh, we had the unemployment claims 38 minutes ago. Did not even notice that. Let's take a look at the, now that we've taken a look at the altcoins, check out the indices bit. Ooh, there's some kind of action here. Let me check out the claims. What did it give me? There was more. Not bad for currency, so good for market, I get. Let's take a look at ES first. Not really a fan of these. So I was targeting this liquidity area here. I think this looks pretty decent in 3 waves. I was looking for 5 waves down. If we have to say that this is a wave 4, it's very extreme. Otherwise, I don't really like the structure either at all. This looks like 3. No idea what that is. Maybe it's a 3 here as well. I wanted us to come down a bit. Retracement is not too much here. So we did not even tag the 38.2 at all. Expanded flat here. That would have been nice. But instead we just got this weird thing. It could become some kind of diagonal in here still. Where we have a 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. But I don't think it can go beyond here. I'm still in the shorts on Aus 200 and UK 100. This definitely has had a very strong reaction from lows. Again, the retracement only hit the 38.2 here, which is super small. I don't really like to get in on that. I really wanted to get to the 0.5. I'm not sure if that is greedy or what, but overall, I like the upside on Aus. We had a 3 down here. This looked like pretty decent 5. 3 down here. Maybe I'm too greedy because we already came down to 38.2 on this higher time frame. We'll see. Nasdaq. I had this as 3 coming down. and 5 up, it somehow has to be linked together. I can't really get a good looking count here at all on Nasdaq. It's been a big problem here. I feel like every impulse count that I have, or motive wave count I have upwards, is just forced. So that's why basically I'm not really trading Nasdaq at all. So I don't know what this is part of. This looked very nice as a fire wave. We took out the high, took out the liquidity, dumped down. But why is this? Again, this is very similar to what we had on S&P. We have the same possibility here to create some kind of diagonal. At that point, it would mean that this 5-way move would be a end of something larger. Maybe it's a wave 4 or something. Some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, the horrible look. I agree with that. It's horrible. Check out something else. I like Dow. I like Dow. Dow from the lows of October 2022. 5 up, 3 way down, labeled into as a B, because again this is 5. Same in here. Instead of A, this could be a wave 1. We don't know if this is going to be continuing upwards, creating this kind of structure and then coming down to create a larger structure, or whether this whole thing is done and we are going to be getting this 5-way now. We don't know. For this one, we had a bit better looking structure. This came up in 3, which is the important thing. It's very proportionate, right at the 1-to-1, and it started coming down. The expectation was and targeting these lows here, which we did take. So again, 1-to-1 overall is done. One of the targets, 1.236, and the 38.2 here is something to watch. Now we did get some kind of move from the lows, but it's not nearly as impulsive as these drops. So I'm still quite hesitant. Should I go in or not? Maybe I should go in on against these lows on a bit smaller position. Because the upside is massive. Again, if this is the pivot down here, what were we targeting here? Basically the 1-to-1. And then this risk to reward ratio is 14. That's ridiculous. We could try this long 14 times and have it once succeeded, and we are back to break even. But you can see the higher time frame ideas that I have here. Again, A, B, C, or A and then A, B, C, where this B would be here, and then we would be getting that last leg upwards, and at that point again wave X would be in. Both are very probable, but they both are looking at higher, and this looking like a fire wave. I think whether, or regardless whether this becomes a B or 1-2, this is the money maker here. So I think I'll just make a small bet here. I'm really liking, well, this came down in 3, so maybe there is a chance. But I'll just go play this higher time frame structure a bit. Okay, there we go. So that's Dow Jones. Russell, that's something that we haven't talked about yet. I like this idea here. Russell is very, very weak in comparison to the other ones. Like Dow is, let's see, how much is it from highs? 10%. Russell from the all-time highs, 30% down. So yeah, is very weak in comparison. It kind of looks like it needs some kind of structure like this. At this moment, I'm not quite sure how I want to be playing this. I probably won't be playing this at all. If we want to be having this as an ABC, we would need this as a 1-2. We did take out, or what is good about it, we did take out the previous consolidation area with this. So we did take out the orders that we had here. Then some kind of three-way potentially downwards. Maybe this is some kind of diagonal here, but it has to end before this one if we want to be bullish at all here. For the Russell to create a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Targeting liquidity above here again. I don't like the higher time frame structures at all though on this one. So that's why I'm probably not going to be trading it. Let's see DAX, what is it doing? 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah. I don't think that is very likely. It's probably more like a some kind of, I don't know, how can we get this into a diagonal? I think I tried that, but this structure here was so much larger than this one. It just didn't make sense. This 1, 2, 1, 2 scenario is just, I don't see that as a likely option. Did I have something else here? Had even more bullish scenario, yeah. Let's not talk about that. Horse 200. Still on the short on this. But yeah, I kind of like this. Maybe I need to be looking for a long opportunity here soon. I don't want to be missing this move. And I think it is coming. What else did we have? I think we had some random spot. This one, eToro, maybe this one, yeah, sectors. We had this in 3 waves up, coming down. Yeah, this does not probably look for, or does not fit into that idea of C wave, so not looking for that. This does not look good. Still expecting way higher. This had a potential 5 wave here. Let's see the extensions. Yeah, it goes beyond the 1.618, so we have the potential 5 wave here. What was this part of? Okay, so I had this as a WXY, ABC, and then wave Y downwards, okay. This looks like in 3 though. If this indeed is 5, we would be looking for a structure like that, and then 3 here. But wave Y expectation is to take out at least these lows here. Probably aiming these lows as well, because that's where the real liquidity is. This is just an Elliott wave target here. Yeah, I kind of like that. What do we have for a retracement here? Oh, this is really bad to analyze though. 1-to-1 here. Golden pocket exactly at the top of it. I'll set an alarm here. This might be a decent looking opportunity here for XLB. This area 1-to-1 lining up with the golden pocket. If it comes down, I might be interested in it. 3 here and then 3 here. Let's even measure this one here. 1-to-1 there as well. Very close to the golden pocket, and the other alignment is very nice. I like that. Setting alarms there, and either you could be looking for this kind of setup, or you just wait for smaller time frame structure to happen. One-to-one aiming liquidity of here. First one, of course, TP would be here, the 0.618 above these highs. Yeah, I like this. XBI. Huh. So it did start pivoting up higher for the C wave, but I did not really like this as a 5. This looks like 3, 3, 3. Do we have some potential of some kind of diagonal in here? It's going to be very upward curved, which is weird. Yeah, I don't think I like this. Next one. This is still going. I was waiting for this to break down. I'll just add another alert on this trend line. I generally don't trade trend lines. Been waiting for this thing to be finishing too. Yeah, this is kind of weird. This could be labeled in WXYZ as well. Kind of like the idea that this would be some kind of 3 wave here. Maybe 5 wave up. And then down again. Highest RSI here, so this could be a 3rd wave already. 4th and 5th. Came down in 3 though. Let's see, did we take out the liquidity up in here? We did, okay. Okay, so this is impulsive to the downside. Now we gotta wait what kind of structure it builds. Whether it's going to be a 3 wave and it just climbs up again, or if it turns into a structure like this, some kind of 5 wave, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe it finds resistance at the trend line again, and then we could be going short on it since it created a 5-way structure coming down and 3-way pull up. But again, this is thinking ahead for, let's say this 16th of May or 12th of May, so a couple of weeks in advance. We'll see how that, if that works, would be amazing, but it doesn't need to be doing that. We could just do this or do this and continue to the upside. But I'm still expecting this breakdown at some point. I'm feeling that there is other people who are looking at this kind of trend line as well. And there's probably breakout traders here that we need to stop first. So yeah, that looks decent. But again, I want to be seeing a clear 5 wave here before anything else. I really like that. Let me put it back in here. XHB, what is this? We never got back in here, so never, my alerts never got set off. This is completely wrong then. It's overlapping this structure here, so we have liquidity here for sure. Almost a triple bottom here, so that is the aim at some point for sure. 3. Yeah, not going to just touch this at the moment. Potential diagonal. The issue with this one, or these kind of diagonals, are that the move actually started at the very end, basically, for this diagonal possibility. So again, it does not have the really nice looking structure where it would be so nice to see a structure like that, where it is a climbing wedge, basically. Here it's just move up and then slow consolidation upwards and then potential breakdown. Potential 5 wave as I had there. 3 wave up. I mean, the bearish idea here would be that this is a 1 2 1 2 1 2 to the downside. Let's see what the higher time frame are actually saying. Saying anything here? 3 ways down, 3 ways up, ending in a diagonal. Yeah, look at those divergences that we had. We came down very fast, 8%. Highest high here. Did not have a divergence here, which is kind of weird. Might have on smaller time frame. But yeah, the idea that we would be coming down is definitely there. This could be even labeled in diagonal. That would be ideal for the idea that this would become a 1 2 1 2 1 2. Boom. We can't really have a triangle here, because again this started in an expanding structure, unless this is a wave 4 and this is the where this whole structure starts from, and then this whole thing could be a wave or triangle in a B wave. I kind of like this. It's not a triangle though. This looks very much like a 3 wave. We see a lower low here. It's almost like it is still questioning what it wants to do. This is the clearest structure here, this middle one. I kind of like that this would be a structure like that. It would be very odd that this whole thing would be part of the same structure. Don't kind of like that. Maybe this is just a higher time frame idea where I could be looking for something like this. I'll keep it on the watch list for now. Not quite sure if I want to be trading, because it is kind of choppy here. So I'll just set an alarm here on the lows and the highs here and come back to it. XLP. coming down in 3 into an A, W, looking for that X wave here. I had it ending here. Did not end there. We're still getting a bit higher highs. Oops. There's a chance that, is there a chance that we are ending? Whoops, nice timing for that. XLV. XLV, what is that? Okay. There's an idea here. Took out the liquidity. Is the market open? Market is open. Just looking for a small scalp here. This is the healthcare sector fund. Kind of maybe there. Because there is this area here for potential support as well if we break through here. 1-to-1 was hit, and now we should be going up. We'll see how that turns out. I kind of like this. I'll set an alarm here if we come below it again. So XLP, what was I looking at this? Some kind of messy 3-4s here. Expecting lower lows here for sure. W, X, Y, or an ABC probably is the better now, since we have taken out the highs here. A, B, and then looking for that C in that wave X. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe. Divergences from 3rd to the 5th and the 3rd of 5th to the 5th of 5th. So that looks very decent. Got a move down. We have not broken market structure yet, so there might be a chance that we are either just creating a ABC here and a continuation up, or if this turns into a far-away move to the downside, I would be interested in this. I don't really care about if I'm going to be missing the first move now that we have not, since we did not take out any kind of a structure here. We could be doing something like that. Yeah, I just want to wait for a structure to happen, form first. Potential fire wave, because we are expecting a fire wave move here in C. So if we are creating a fire wave here, 3-way pullback, 3, 4, 5. That's that. This is the entry here. I want to be seeing the structure form first. Now I like this structure here, so XLP is going to be getting on the list. What are we having here? So XLRE, which is again the real estate. Came down in 3, up. Yeah, this was the kind of weird one again, because We came down quite rapidly, but never took out any kind of lows, so I don't think it is finished. Sorry, I need to be looking at this. Yeah, good that we did not take the L on here. Maybe we should look at the Bitcoin short that we had. Okay, that is doing decent. That is doing really decent. What's going on here on the markets now? Let's see, where do we have the indices? Yeah, those don't look like too much good stuff is happening now. The XLV and the Dow Jones long is not doing too good, but the UK and the Aus shorts are still breathing fine, I guess. I kind of just like this idea. We did get an extension here on third. This is the only thing that I don't really like, but I feel like this is just alone, too alone. There's a chance that this was a B wave here though, A, B and then C, or A, B, C here, and the continuation to the downside, but do we want to, yeah, I don't want to be playing this because it was missing one high here on ADA. Yeah, let's get going to the next one. What else did we were looking at? XLV just came here, doing something else. Yeah, this is not looking too good. That's why we have stop loss close. If it just decides to dump too much. Of course, the Elliott wave wise, this is the only invalidation it has. Golden pocket would be another area of interest. Let's set an alarm here. I think Dow Jones is not doing too good either. Oh. What is that? What is that? Real estate. I kind of like this being a 5 here. I think we need to come down though for us to have any kind of any kind of idea here. I like at least the 0.5 here. I'll just set an alarm, nothing else. What else do we have here? XLU, what do we have here? Ooh, this is so ugly. Utilities, yeah, this is some kind of correction. But I don't know, yeah, I'm just going to skip that. XLV, healthcare. Yeah, this was the one that we were just talking about. We never got this continuation to the downside. The idea is still valid, but again, not really probable since we are just consolidating sideways. We could even have some kind of triangle in here. I don't know what that would be part of though. But yeah, if you have some assets you want me to take a look at now, throw them on the chat so I know that you're still here and listening. So if there is some assets, let me know. Link, okay, link. Oof. Overall, horrible looking. This is just a sideways range. This some people probably call this accumulation for something higher or larger. Yeah, we are basically back here. Yeah, July 2020. Not really good area. This came down in 3. So the issue with this is that we are consolidating so far or so long here. We have not had any kind of movement. This generally means that whatever we had previous to it, we are creating some kind of wave structure that is part of it, meaning that this structure here is doing something like this. And again, that I don't want to be saying that it goes to 0, but there is a chance. Chainlink is probably one of the largest ones, right? Still, but it doesn't have a really good look. It doesn't have really good area where it can rally. I mean, I can't remember if I have any link. I probably have some link on my higher time frame portfolio, but that's just like I've accumulated some that I liked previously and I just left it. And now it's gone down so much from the all-time highs, like 85% even for now, that it just doesn't matter. It needs to rally so much to make any kind of sense. Is it good that it's holding? It's 887. Cycle. I probably have a wrong one here. Give me just a moment. I probably have a different one here somewhere. Link. There we go. I had this as a long term, where we had a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Higher time frame, this looks decent, but again, look at where we came from, 0 point something, all the way to $52, and then just plummeted again. And if this, I don't know, the so-called accumulation is just kind of weird. It can come down so deep here. Golden pocket is still so far away. Yeah, even if we rallied a bit, we could be around $1 at some point. But again, that would require Bitcoin to do quite a magic trick again to the downside. But yeah, I'm not really a fan of it. We can see that accumulation lows are again these previous highs that we've had, this kind of area that has been an interest. Nobody knows for sure if it's going to have enough power here anymore, since we have already come back to it 3 times now. But what I have to say about this is just it doesn't look impulsive at all. Higher time frame or long-term accumulation is just another thing. I don't know if you should be holding. I can't say that for you. If you have trust in the coin and the makers and everyone who runs it, I guess you could be holding it. But I don't know. I don't really look at the fundamentals at all. So that's that. XU100. Actually, let me check the. Yeah, this was dumped down here. Dow entry. That got lost. XLB. We should not have had stop loss yet, I don't think. Unless my scam exchange is again doing something. XU100, I have no idea what that is. XU100. Yeah, I'm not going to be analyzing this on stream. You have to request this on Patreon if you want me to cover it. I'll just do the ones that I've covered before on stream. Fast, if you want anything, this is 3 ways in my opinion, some kind of 3 and 3. It has bounced up quite nicely here. I want this high to be taken out before I would be turning more bullish. There is definitely a chance that this turns more bullish, for sure. Hex. Hex is not on Binance, is it? BitGet? Oh no. Oh man, yeah, this is just this kind of wick mania. There's no data here either. It's probably a wrong chart. XUSDT. Ah, nothing really shows. Uniswap. XUSD maybe? The ETH USDC. Uniswap, is it this one? No, these are ETH contracts, right? Is it this one? It looks so short in time. I guess it could be. Oh man, I would never trade this. The first thing that I have here in my mind is these wicks, all these wicks. These are the manipulation wicks that are just planned to take everyone out. 50% wicks, low liquidity, 40%, 18%, 20%, yeah. Oof, kinda weird. But yeah, I'm never trading the smallest caps either. So if that is what you do, then go for it. Massive drop here. No idea about the structure. Could be some kind of fire wave here. Maybe this wick could be included in it, and this would be a diagonal into the lows. We don't have a divergence here, at least on daily, maybe weekly. 2-day. We have some divergence here on 2-day. So there is a chance that this is super bearish as a fire wave. Again, we have no idea what this structure is part of. It could be like that, where this would be an ABC. I don't know if this is actually the right chart or whether this has more history behind it. Let's take a look at the next structure. This looks very impulsive upside as well. Very nice. The only thing that I don't like is how impulsive this last leg is. It looks very 3-wave-ish as well. But I feel like you could definitely be looking this as 5 here. 1, 2, some kind of 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5 here. Then this would be a wave 4, where this would be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5. I kind of like it. I can't trade it obviously because it's not on the exchanges that I trade. There is a chance that this is a 5 here. just almost 50% here. I looked at SPX or S&P already. Or do you mean, is there a coin SPX or something? This probably looks like some kind of triangle here, and that we have some kind of 3-wave here. Yeah, if we pivot up here, it's really nice. At the moment though, it looks like 3. So I would be patient on this. If we would get a 5-wave here, you could be looking for pullback and then up. But at this point again, it just looks like 3. So there is a chance that we are doing something like this overall, where we are looking to get a partner leg downwards. For that, I feel like this would create something like this first though, to get a structure, something like this, to get a bit better look. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. How do you decide to look at chart in log or linear? I really like the look of structures in log. Measurements needs to be done basically, not always, but very much more often on linear scale, because here the size difference between these is kind of extreme, and on log scale it looks way more prettier. But again, that's just my preference. I've seen a lot of people who are never using log scale and always talk about like 887 or the retracements somewhere down here. But again, when you have a asset that is growing hundreds and thousands of %, then you can't really distinguish any of this mess here without log scale. So overall, on higher time frame, you want to be using log. On smaller time frame, you don't. But sometimes the structures are a bit different, whichever way you want to be looking at them at. Oh, the index, okay. So the cash market index, okay. But yeah, I think that's hex. I think what I would prefer for this is to create a proper 3-way structure here. So it takes a bit more time to create a partner leg downwards for this one again. And same as in here, if we are just looking at the drawings here, this would probably take out the lows here. On log scale, it doesn't, when we have the extension targets similar, where we have this drawn like this. So yeah, this would look better for me. SPX, let's take a look at that. I think I've used the, oh it is SPX here. There we go. Yeah, it's really different looking. Is there a specific time frame you were asking? Let's see, what time is it? It's almost 2 hours up, so I need to be stopping in just a moment. Kind of like this in 3 waves coming down. On ES, it's really different though. Really different. Did we just take out the low here and then just pumped up? Very typical. Nice, nice. I might be looking to take some profits here on that Bitcoin short. Yeah, this definitely has the potential of being just a WXY here. So I think I'll just take some profits out right now. And put my stop to break even. So it's a free trade in any case. So I didn't need to be worrying about it anymore. Well, time frame is fine. Yeah, I've generally, because we've had invalidations on ES and SPX doesn't have that invalidation, right? I think that is one thing here, because I've seen a lot of people, or not a lot, but some people are having this as 1, 2, some going to 3, 4, 5. On SPX, that is valid. On the futures market, it's not valid, because we have that overlap. And that is probably the only reason that I don't generally look at both assets, because sometimes they are very different. And I'm not sure which one to believe, to be honest. If one is saying that count is completely invalid, I don't think we should be thinking about that count. SPX, however, again, has the same possibility that I've been talking about, where this is a ABC. So to me, I don't know. It doesn't really matter what people are thinking, or what I think. People can do whatever they want. I like this as 3, and even more so on the Dow, where we had this as 3, and then structure coming down, taking out the low liquidity. S&P or SPX, I'm not sure if it did even take out the liquidity. No, it did not. Yeah. So not in here either. I would kind of expect it to come down a bit more. It would be weird that if we just left this one here. We filled the CME gap, looks like here, very to the dot. We have another one here. Yeah, because the three-wave option is available on both. So I kind of have to move towards that one, right? It would be kind of weird that we would have to accept that it's invalid on one. I don't know. There's definitely not an easy answer for that. Which one should you be looking at? But yeah, I like this a bit more. I hope we get this liquidity down here, and then we can start going up and look for that wave Y later on. This would probably make people bearish, saying that market structure is broken, when in reality we just have a three-way structure overall that is correcting something previous to it, and then we can get this kind of move. But yeah, I think that's going to do it. We're just shy of 2 hours of live stream, and I think that's gonna do it for this video, but a stream. So again, if you want to educate yourself, you can check all the links in the description. There's probably the links for the Patreon and the Udemy and CTC as well for the signals, if you're interested in that. But I think that's going to do it. Again, thanks for watching and thanks for chatting here, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.